In this video, we continue our G1 Climax tournament in WWE 2k24. And I just want to take a second before we jump into anything to say thank you all for watching. I genuinely make these videos just because I love wrestling, and it's crazy to me that anyone even watches this shit at all. You know, these videos are pretty much me just nerding about the wrestling things that I like. So, again, infinite appreciation for you guys watching. But let's pull up the block leaders and see where we are in this final round. So round 7 was our final round with points, and that was in the last video. You can check the description if you want to check that out. But here are our block leaders. So for the A block, Seth Rollins and Kenta Kobashi are both tied with 12 points. And those are our two finalists who will go one-on-one to determine who will face the winner of the B block matchup. Finishing in third place with 10 points is Kazuchika Okada, followed by Kurt Angle with 6 points. Hiroshi Tanahashi with 6 points, Danielson and Samoa Joe both with 4 points, and Bret Hart with 2 points. I gotta say, one of my highlights of this tournament has been Bret Hart locking in the submission on the stairs on the post. I didn't even know that was a move in the game, and it genuinely shocked me when it first happened. And now moving over to the B block, the two finalists will be Kenny Omega with 12 points and Brock Lesnar with 12 points. Brock Lesnar only has one loss in this tournament, and it came by the hands of Kenny Omega. Those two are followed up by AJ Styles with 10 points, Masawa with 6 points, Chad Gable with 6 points, Will Ospreay and Eddie Guerrero with 4 points, and Gunther with 2 points. Gunther, what do you even say about his G1 performance? I personally thought Gunther would be at the top, and maybe B block would be Lesnar Gunther at the end. But Gunther didn't win a single match in the G1 until the final round. On the flip side of Gunther, we have Bret Hart in the A block, who only won a match in the first round, and for the rest of the tournament lost all of the rest of his matches. Unfortunate. Again, Bret Hart I thought would be towards the top of the A block. Maybe not a winner, but around where Danielson and Angle are, but he ended up at the bottom. As for my personal picks, I personally thought Okada would come out of the A block. Maybe Danielson right behind him. Danielson didn't do as well overall as I kind of expected. And speaking of not doing as well as I expected, Will Ospreay I thought would be towards maybe not a winner, but maybe tied or right under AJ Styles. He only finishes with 4 points, however. So my pick to win the A block was actually Okada. I thought he would come out on top just based on overall in the game. My personal pick of who I wanted to win is Kenta Kobashi, who is in the final round facing Seth Rollins, so that's who I will be rooting for. In the B block, I fully expected Lesnar to win the B block. I'm just going to be honest with you. In the game, Lesnar is a fucking monster. If you watched any of the rounds, most of his matches are really short. Like I said, he won every single one of them in a squash fashion. The really only two that put up any type of fight at all were Kenny Omega, who actually was the only person to defeat him, and then I thought the AJ Styles match was okay. Now for who I wanted to win the B block, to be honest, I was pulling for AJ Styles. AJ is one of my favorite of all time, in my top 5 definitely. I'm a TNA head. AJ Styles was the GOAT for many years in wrestling. Any company from like 05 to 09, AJ Styles was the best in the world. I thought he would come out of the B block. He ended up coming in third place. He had an impressive performance nonetheless. So let's go ahead and jump into our card for the final rounds and see what we got here. Up first, the A block final round matchup. Seth Rollins faces Kenta Kobashi. The winner of this will face the winner of the B block matchup. And that B block matchup will consist of Brock Lesnar versus Kenny Omega. This is the second matchup between these two in the G1. Kenny Omega was Brock Lesnar's only loss in the whole tournament. Can he do it one more time and make it to the finals? And now we have a couple exhibition matches. I thought mixing up the competitors and getting some interesting matchups would be kind of cool. So up first, we have a fatal 4-way match. Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, Will Ospreay, and Eddie Guerrero. This is a fatal 4-way match for every competitor that only scored 4 points in the tournament. Up next, the only two competitors in the tournament with 1 win each. Gunther goes up against Bret Hart. Both of these men respectively led the bottom of their divisions, so it would be interesting to see who comes out on top. Following that up, we have a very interesting custom match that I made here. So this is a Falls Count Anywhere elimination 6-man tornado tag match. Okada, Angle, and Tanahashi from the A block will face Styles, Masawa, and Gable from the B block. And then we have our vacant match here, and this will be our finals. This spot will depend on who wins between Rollins and Kobashi and Lesnar Omega. So without too much stalling, let's jump into our first match, the A Block Finals, Seth Rollins versus Kenta Kobashi. An early jockeying of position here. Seth Rollins driving the elbow right into the gut. Tosses Kobashi over the ropes. A stiff forearm. Kobashi trying to hang on, but Seth with another will knock him to the floor. Now Seth Rollins, sliced bread. Impressive start here by Rollins as he continues to just flatten Kobashi on the mat. Up to his feet now, Seth Rollins, a deliberate right hand between the eyes. Kobashi, though, able to get to his feet, and Seth Rollins meets him with a forearm. And now Kobashi with a quick right hand. Pulls back Seth, knee to the gut, trying to create some separation. Kobashi going to go into a quick pinfall here. Seth out at a 1 count. Very smart move, making Seth exert some extra energy to kick out there. Kobashi rings the arm. Seth Rollins, again, able to get out of Kobashi's grasp. Again, tosses him to the outside. And now Seth Rollins going to go to work on Kobashi on the floor. Lifts the legend to his feet. Seth Rollins hooks the arm. Looking for the pedigree on the floor. Kobashi scouts it. Clothesline. And now Kobashi, kick to the gut. Lifts up Seth Rollins. Brainbuster on the outside. And now Kobashi. Seth rolls back in the ring. Kobashi heads up the turnbuckle looking for the moonsault, and he hits it into the cover to win the A block. Kenta Kobashi was 0.1 second away. Great kick out there by Seth, but he lines himself up. Kobashi back elbow. Seth able to get a foot up, stuns him out of the corner. Seth Rollins still alive in this match. Kobashi now taking Seth by his hair, tosses him to the outside. Both competitors wisely using the outside of the ring to cause more damage. And now it looks like Kobashi gonna hit the ropes. Suicide dive against the barricade. Quickly trying to get Rollins back in the ring. Kobashi might be closing in on a victory here. Rollins trying to make his way, get on one knee at least, and catches a right hand to the jaw. Kobashi now with Rollins, pulls him back into the knee. Rollins able to kick Kobashi away. Needs to maintain some offense here in this match. He's been shut down for a while. Kobashi lifted up, small package driver into the cover. Seth Rollins almost with the victory. Kobashi quickly back to his feet. He does not care about God's last gift. Seth Rollins off the ropes. Seth Rollins pulling out some old ROH maneuvers. Not enough. Kobashi with a strike combination. Off the ropes. Kobashi with a straight shoulder tackle. Lifts Rollins back to his feet. Kobashi now traps the arm. Exploder suplex. And now Kobashi again, sensing this might be over. Up to the top. Diving leg drop. Hooks the leg. Does Seth Rollins have enough to kick out? And he does it too. Kobashi's got to be wondering what he's got to do to put away Seth Rollins. And this could be it. Seth Rollins reverses. Kobashi goes off the ropes. Rollins gets reverse back kick. Kobashi again going to try to cut off the rings. Rollins fights his way from getting trapped in the corner. Rollins now kick to the gut. Kobashi is right where Seth wants him. Pedigree. And Seth Rollins is spent, hooking the leg for an A-block victory. And the G1, Kobashi kicks out of the pedigree. And Kobashi wisely sliding out of the ring just to get back on his feet. Causes Seth to break in his offense. Seth, though, overhand chop. Catches Kobashi with a clothesline. Back to his feet again. Kobashi catches Seth. Burning lariat. Hooks the leg on Seth Rollins. And Kenta Kobashi with the burning lariat defeats Rollins. And there it is. One half of our finals has been chosen. Kenta Kobashi is victorious coming out of the A block. And now as the referee rings the bell, we will determine Kobashi's opponent as Lesnar just goes in and stomps Omega. Lesnar not wasting any time tossing Omega around. Lesnar has to be seething after Omega ruined his perfect G1 performance. And now Lesnar again grabs Kenny just by the side of the face and launches him. Kenny back to his feet. Lesnar moves in, but Kenny catches him. Able to throw the beast to the floor. Kenny Omega buying some valuable time here. Goes out of the ring. Lesnar just stomps him as soon as he gets out. Like running into a brick wall. Or a brick wall running into you. Lesnar with Omega trapped on the ropes. Lifts him up. Snake eyes. Lesnar wasting no time into the cover on Omega. And he'll kick out at 1. And now Lesnar lifts him up. Deadlift back suplex. Kenny up again. And now a judo throw drops the point of the elbow. This has been all Brock Lesnar so far. Again, deadlifting Kenny Omega off the mat. Running power slam. Lesnar with Omega again. Traps the arm. Possible vertical suplex here. Kenny blocks, but Lesnar too strong. And Brock Lesnar feeling like he might be closing in on a G1 victory here. Omega, though, from behind, able to catch the Beast off guard with his own suplex. And now Kenny into a cover, mocking Lesnar. Omega with Lesnar again, going to lift him up. Another float over suplex. Lesnar now having to escape the ring just to get on his feet. Kenny, kick to the gut. Again, traps Lesnar. Another suplex. Lesnar back to his feet, jabs Kenny in the face. The suplexes have no effect and plants him. Sustained offense by Kenny Omega seems to have no effect on Lesnar. And Lesnar now again just tossing Omega like an action figure. Omega to his feet, though, catches Lesnar with a jab. And Kenny Omega chops Lesnar off his feet. Could Omega be closing in on a victory here? Lesnar slowly to his feet. Omega lifts him up on his head. Kenny Omega, one-winged angel, traps the leg into the pin for a victory. Lesnar kicks out at 2.5. And Kenny Omega now can't afford to waste any time. Lesnar right back, reverses the elbow drop, lifts Kenny up again, vertical suplex. Kenny Omega, after the one-winged angel, is now left reeling. Brock Lesnar seems to be immune to damage. Kenny to his feet, and Lesnar picks him over the head. The B-block might be finished as the Brock Lesnar hooks the leg off the F5, and Kenny Omega at 2.9 back to his feet, gets Lesnar into the corner. Lesnar blocks the back chop there by Omega, and now Lesnar takes Omega to his own corner. Kenny throws an elbow. Lesnar eats it, but catches a right, and now Lesnar again traps Omega, suplex toss, and Brock Lesnar now trying to add insult to injury, stepping on Kenny's face. Lesnar trying to lift up Omega, catches a swift kick to the face. Omega now trying to build some momentum. Gets Lesnar in the corner, but catches an elbow. Lesnar runs out and just brick walls Omega again. Lifts him up by his face. Toss across the ring. Kenny, though, kicks Lesnar away. It's amazing that Kenny Omega still has anything left in this match. Sizing up Brock Lesnar. V-trigger connects. Off the V-trigger, Kenny into the cover, hooks the leg, and Brock Lesnar out at 2 still. And Kenny Omega has used his 2 best moves here. Lesnar kicked out at 2 each time. Lesnar scrawling back to his feet. Omega from behind again. Has Lesnar up on his shoulders. One-winged angel into the cover again off the one-winged angel. And Kenny Omega defeats Lesnar 2 times. A double victory over the most vicious competitor. Kenny Omega will face Kenta Kobashi in the G1 Finals. Referee rings the bell. And now we have a fatal 4-way match with all 4-point competitors. Joe already hitting Emerald Flosion. Danielson working on Guerrero. Danielson now working to the outside. Lifts up Guerrero. Back suplex on the apron. And now Ospreay with Joe looking for a possible springboard clothesline. Ospreay repeated kicks, stuns Samoa Joe. Now Ospreay climbing the turnbuckle. Danielson with a half and half. I didn't quite see it. Ospreay jumping forearm. Guerrero throws Danielson back in the ring. Samoa Joe back to his feet, pulls the leg from Ospreay. Ospreay and Joe going at it. Ospreay just throwing elbows. And Guerrero catches him from behind. Reverse suplex. Danielson trying to take Eddie to the ropes. Ospreay slides out of the ring, going to introduce a weapon to this match. Ospreay now with the baseball bat, clubs Eddie Guerrero. Samoa Joe now went to find a weapon as Danielson wrestles the bat away. Samoa Joe with the cane. Danielson able to knock it away, back suplex. Samoa Joe, atomic drop. Joe hits the ropes, big boot on Guerrero. Suplex on Ospreay. Danielson grabs Joe, inverted uppercut. Now Danielson on Ospreay, but catches an elbow. Joe from behind, Eddie in, tornado hip toss. Ospreay back to his feet, Irish whip on Joe. Joe reverses, and now Joe on Eddie Guerrero. Double underhook suplex. Overhand chop stuns Ospreay. Slap right to the face. Danielson slides in the ring with another Singapore cane. Tiger driver on Eddie Guerrero. Ospreay now with the Singapore cane, but Joe not able to knock it away. And Joe snap vertical suplex. As Ospreay sizes up Eddie Guerrero, hidden blade into the cover. Samoa Joe not paying attention. Ospreay wins the fatal 4-way. Now this should be an interesting one. Both of these competitors, like I said, only have 1 win. Bret Hart's only win came in the first round, and Gunther's only win came in the last round. Hart now, waist lock, grabs him, side Russian leg sweep. Both men with something to prove here, trying to pick up another win to make it 2 overall for this series. Gunther takes Hart to the ropes and just repeatedly driving the elbow to the spine. Hitman now catches a reverse uppercut. Bret Hart now throwing elbows around, stunning Gunther on his feet. Irish whip Gunther into the blue corner, but sticks his feet up and catches Bret Hart. And now Gunther throws Hart to the floor, and Gunther just going to stand there and wait for Bret Hart to get back in the ring himself. Gunther lifting the Hitman to his feet, takes Bret Hart to the corner. Gunther with a back chop, stunning the Hitman. Great ring awareness, though, by Bret Hart. Takes Gunther to that same corner, and now Bret Hart just wearing him down with the kicks in the corner. Old-fashioned, just stomp you out. Lifts Gunther back to his feet. Again, just throwing wild strikes. Not the usual thing you see from Bret Hart, and Gunther will make him pay. Gunther takes him to the ropes again and just choking him out on the top rope now. Gunther into the cover, forearm across the Hitman's face, and he's out at 1. Hitman quickly back to his feet, trying not to let Gunther have full control of this match. From behind, Bret Hart with the zigzag. Gunther blocks the kick, catches Bret Hart with a right hand, and Bret Hart with a back elbow. And now Bret Hart firing up, lariats everywhere. Catches the leg, sweeps the other one. Gunther trying to get back to his feet as quickly as he can, but Hart meets him, twisting neckbreaker. Now Hart, Irish whip. Gunther off the ropes. Hart goes under, kitchen sink, and a familiar place from Gunther as he's trapped in that white turnbuckle corner again. Bret Hart, here he goes. The highlight of the whole G1 has been Bret Hart locking in the submission on the stairs, and Gunther is his next victim. 2K really needs to add more situational moves like that in the game. It's so cool when shit like that happens. Bret Hart now with Gunther on the outside into a waistlock zigzag, and Bret Hart hops atop the rope here, and he looks like he might be content to take a countout victory here. Gunther stirring at a 7 count, slides back in the ring, instantly lifting up the Hitman, showing the strength of Gunther off the ropes. 2K24's favorite maneuver, dropping the opponent face first in the ropes or turnbuckle. Emerald Flosion by Gunther into the cover to pin Bret Hart. Gunther has his second victory. There you go, guys. A sign to never doubt yourself. Gunther has picked up 2 victories now in the tournament. Next up on the card, A block versus B block, falls count anywhere, elimination, 6-man tornado tag. Yeah, I pretty much went full WCW booking on this match type here. It's got like fucking 3 stipulations to it. A block versus B block underway. Okada immediately traps the wrist. Rainmaker into the cover immediately on AJ Styles. Okada eliminates AJ within the first 5 seconds of the match. Now Gable tries a German suplex, get reversed. Misawa sweeps the legs. Senton on Okada. And now Perk Angle and Perk Gable into the corner. Chad Gable lifts him up, hangs him in the tree of woe. Okada rolls through. Impressive here. Traps the leg across the knee. And AJ Styles sadly having to walk out of the arena. And now Kurt Angle picks the leg of Misawa into the ankle lock. Suplex on Chad Gable. Misawa able to reverse momentum there. Chad Gable flies to the outside, and I think AJ Styles is just going to stick around and watch this match, it looks like. Okada from under the ring grabs a ladder, and now in the ring, Misawa lifts up Tanahashi. Tanahashi able to kick out, but Angle meets him, reverse power slam. Gable lifts up Okada, but gets bulldogged on the floor. Misawa with Angle headlock takeover. Now Angle moves in and just takes out Misawa. Oh shit, and Tanahashi's grabbed the big Slim Jim from under the ring and tosses it at Chad Gable, who gets reversed into a head scissor takeover. An Angle in the ring with a heel hook. Gable slides in the ring. Tanahashi goes for a pin. Gable gets suplexed. And now Okada takes Misawa, lifts him up, drops him down, stalling vertical. Gable now takes over on Tanahashi. Okada not able to pick up the pin on Misawa. And now Gable lifts up Kurt Angle over his head. Reverse power slam. Tanahashi catches him from behind but gets an elbow. Gable now goes out of the ring. German suplex on Okada. And he doesn't release as Angle with a suicide dive. Triple Germans on Okada. Angle with the suicide dive. This match is crazy. Angle drops the straps, but Gable goes for a cover and it gets broken up. Dropping the straps to break up a pinfall is crazy. Gable now catching Angle, looking for the exploder against the guardrail. But Angle now from behind, Olympic slam. Misawa into the cover, but Okada breaks it up. And now Angle into the cover off the Angle slam. Gable has been eliminated. And now Misawa, as Angle moves right back in, might be the only competitor left, trapped in the ankle lock, and he taps out. And there you have it, a full sweep here. The A block victorious. Kurt Angle, Okada, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. All right, and here we go. The moment we've spent 7 rounds and 4 exhibition matches waiting for. Kenta Kobashi takes on Kenny Omega. The winner takes home the G1 trophy, which, as you can see here, I've just made the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. And partly because, I mean, if you play this game, you know you can't do trophies in this game, so I can't have the G1 trophy. The next best thing is one of the best-looking titles of all time, though. So let's jump right in. Kenta Kobashi versus Kenny Omega, G1 Climax Finals.
Hey, yo, now we're talking!
G1 Climax Final underway here in Tokyo, Japan. Referee rings the bell and we are underway. Competitors lock up center of the ring. Omega takes over, already showing the power off the ropes. Kenny Omega goes for a back chop, gets blocked. The chop master says no, locks in a sleeper hold. Kenny Omega with a jawbreaker, sit out style, drops Kobashi away from the sleeper hold. And now Omega, snapmare takeover, V-trigger. Omega perhaps not finished, lifts him up again. Uranagi plants him. Impressive early offense by the cleaner, but Kenta Kobashi at a 1 count kicks out. Omega helping him back to his feet, wants to win this match. Irish whip reversal, quickly jumps over Omega and catches him with a shoulder tackle leg drop combination. Off the ropes again, Kenny Omega sidesteps but gets caught with a lariat. Not going to let Kenny get enough time to rest on the mat. Immediately take over snapmare. Kobashi now maintains control. Sit out, gut wrench, powerbomb. Omega trying to get to the corner desperately. Kobashi lifts him cleaner back to his feet. And now Irish whip, but Kenny takes over and Kobashi spills to the floor. Kenny wastes no time chasing after his opponent here. Kobashi back to his feet. 360 chop, but Kenny with a right to the face. And now Kenny Omega goes behind, German suplex onto the floor. Kobashi back to his feet. Omega has to get him back in the ring here. I will only let this match be won by pinfall. If there is a countout, I will add more time onto this match. I will not have the finals won by a countout as Omega takes a chop. Kobashi Irish whip again. Catches Omega kitchen sink into the cover. Thinks he has it, but Omega at 1. Just using Omega's will to kick out as a way to drain his energy. Kobashi moves in on Omega again. Chop drops him. Kenny Omega rolling to the corner, trying to get on his feet. Kobashi moving in quick. Lariat in the corner. Kobashi with Omega, locks him in a camel clutch. Kenny Omega able to get the hands before they are grasped around his face. Irish whip by Omega, goes under. Catches Kobashi on the rebound. Float under, German suplex, only a 1 count again. Omega staying on the attack. Traps the arm, vertical suplex. Kenny firing up here. Lifts Kobashi back to his feet. Drop kick to the knee. Kobashi lands on Omega. Omega not able to get a good follow-up off that. All of Kobashi's body weight landed on him, but Omega trying to stay right on the attack. Kobashi again catches a right hand. Omega from behind onto the shoulders, but Kobashi able to slip off the one-winged angel. Right hand misses, but a burning lariat connects into the cover to win the whole G1. Kenta Kobashi, but Kenny Omega at 2.9. Kobashi was 0.1 second away from a victory. Omega overhand chop, moves in, catches Kobashi, pump kick to the face. Kenny Omega standing moonsault into the cover. Kenny Omega only a 1 count, lifts Kobashi to his feet. Omega not wasting any time. lifts up Kobashi again into a powerbomb. Kenny Omega traps the hand, lifts him up, Uranagi. Kenny Omega off the ropes. Kobashi gets a kick to the face, but Kobashi wisely escapes the ring. Chops on Omega. Kobashi showing no effects from that punt kick. Kick to the gut. Kobashi in full control lifts up Omega. A devastating powerbomb here could end Kenny Omega. Fights his way out. Under German suplex. Kenny Omega with that snapdragon on the floor. Lifting up Kobashi again. He may be lifeless. Kenny needs to get him in the ring. Kenny Omega Irish whip, but Kobashi reverses, blood flowing down his face. Kenny to his feet. Kobashi catches him running bulldog. And now Kenny left bloody. Both competitors sweating out. Nothing but blood, sweat, and tears here in the finals. Kobashi closes the window on Omega, lifting Kenny up by his hair. Kick to the gut, looking to finish off this match. Brainbuster. And Kenny Omega. Kobashi stalking his opponent, sensing this might be the end. Burning lariat number 2. Does Kenny Omega have enough resilience to kick out of 2 burning lariats? And he does. Kenta Kobashi has to be wondering what he has to do. Lifts him up, gut wrench, sit out powerbomb. Again, Kobashi, sit out, gut wrench powerbomb. Omega back to his feet. Kobashi chops in, but Omega somehow still has life after those gut wrench power bombs. Kobashi again trying to lift Kenny to his feet to finish him off. Kenny will not let Kobashi get a position on him. Now Kobashi just tosses Kenny. He's got to wonder, how much damage do I have to do? Off the ropes, leg drop across the face. And now Kobashi, sensing that the G1 is under his full control, up to the top rope, diving leg drop into the cover on Omega, and Kenta Kobashi has won the G1 Climax. There you have it, your G1 Climax winner. Kenta Kobashi victorious, able to survive his whole block and the leader of the B block. Once again, I want to thank you guys all for watching this nerdy-ass tournament. Again, I'm just nerding out over wrestling, and I'm surprised every day that anybody even watches this. But let me know what your favorite match was from this round, as well as any round of the G1. You can even leave a ranking list of your top 5 or 10 matches. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in the next tournament, and I will see you next time. Peace.